Hi everybody, Generally Irritable here with the CEO of the Atlas Society, Jennifer Grossman.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Spectacular. How could you not be anything other than ecstatic to be here at the Young Women's Leadership Summit from Turning Point?
That is what I'm thinking too. I love all of the energy. I love seeing all the young women working together, that they're being educated in conservatism. You said you've come to these conferences, you said it's your favorite conference of the year, the Turning Point conferences.
I don't want to get in trouble because I go to a lot of other student organization conferences and, Freedom Fest and all of that. But, but I've been on the advisory board of Turning Point for about 5 years and been coming to all of the conferences. We exhibit at all of the conferences. And it's just, it's been growing like exponentially every single year. And they're very professionally put together, but I just particularly like the Young Women's Leadership Summit because I think it creates a very positive, a safe, a welcoming space for young women who don't kind of go along with the collectivist tide to feel that they can be authentic and open about their views and just be among other like-minded women.
Yeah, because especially we know, right, like science tells us that women will diminish themselves slightly around men because they don't want to intimidate them, they want to get them to be their boyfriend or whatever it is. And so I think there's something really special about having an all-women's conference, like you said, where they can be safe to be themselves and they don't have to think about anything else.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think as the female CEO of the Atlas Society, which is largely staffed by women, and perhaps most importantly, representing Ayn Rand,
a woman,
perhaps the most influential female novelist and, of course, philosopher. I think that she certainly did not follow cultural expectations.
No?
And was very courageous and was willing to stand up against a lot of flack and controversy.
Yeah.
So, I think it's a good fit.
Well, and isn't it funny? It's, things are a lot different in 2021 than they were back when she was writing. And I think even from when I was in high school and in elementary school, over the last 20, 30 years, the difference in women's ability to be in the forefront, to get attention, to overcome sexism and misogyny and all of these other things, like this place, I think, is really teaching our women, you don't have to deal with that crap. You don't have to don't let anybody treat you like a second-class citizen. Don't let anybody treat you like you aren't capable. You are a woman, let everybody hear you roar.
Right, and don't buy into this victim mentality, this oppressors versus oppressed.
Yes.
This sort of divisive paradigm that you are constantly needing to defend yourself against people who are out to do you wrong, because that sort of mentality in and of itself will not have you focused on the right things. You will be looking rather than finding, well, gee, okay, I didn't get that job or I didn't get that promotion. What is in my agency? What is in my power to change, even if it was unfair? But you don't have control over what other people do.
Yep.
So I think otherwise you're just kind of getting to that default of like blaming other people or looking for excuses, frankly.
Yeah, that's especially if, I don't know if you got to hear Judge Jeanine Pirro speak, but this is a woman who literally, they told her she couldn't do this and she couldn't do that and she was a girl and she said, screw you, I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah, no, and I think that's another thing. It's not just that Ayn Rand was a female novelist and philosopher. Her books are populated by strong heroines. Dagny Taggart was a young girl when she made up her mind that she wanted to run Taggart Transcontinental Railroads. And it occurred to her that, women don't run railroads. And then she's like, well, I don't care about that. And she never thought of it again. So it just wasn't something that, and as you say, in that time, it was much more unusual for there to be a female executive. But, in the world that Ayn Rand was imagining and the world that she created, that just wasn't a fact.
Yeah. Yep. It's like, I'm just going to ignore anything that anytime you tell me no, it actually has the opposite effect. Right. It's like, you think, now I'm going to show you. That's kind of what happens to me internally. I don't know about you. I imagine it probably does if you're a CEO. You have to, I think there's something internal that you have to have that just says, I'm not going to listen to what anybody tells me. I'm just going to do whatever I want.
Well, I think to an extent, probably when I was much younger, I used to get into this mentality of like, you told me I can't do it, and therefore I'm going to do it. Now, I think as an executive, I'm really more looking in terms of what is our purpose, what is our mission. We're trying to connect the ideas of Ayn Rand with young people. What is the marketplace of ideas? How are ideas being communicated? What is the audience? How are they consuming ideas? And also, what is the financial model? Like, what is our revenue stream? And those are kind of more what you get into.
Yeah.
Somebody might say, well, you can't fly to the moon, and I'm not going to get distracted from promoting Alice Society materials because, somebody told me I couldn't do something. So, yeah.
But it's being mission focused.
It's being mission
purpose focused.
Yeah. And I do think also at the same time, it is important, though, to not get so sort of blindered that you are not open to helpful feedback. I always say that sometimes our greatest strengths are also our greatest weaknesses, and Ayn Rand had that ability as she was going out there with these extremely controversial ideas at the time, getting completely vilified, being told she had it all wrong. So she had that ability to tune out the naysayers. At some point, though, that tuning out of feedback can become second nature, and there may be some feedback that you
is good.
Want to get, right? So that you can continue to make the improvements that you need to succeed.
So it sounds like discernment is also a really important skill to develop, that instinct, right? We have to trust our guts, we have to trust our instinct, and make sure that we're being discerning in who we're listening to, where we take advice from, and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, the founder of the Atlas Society, David Kelly, has a wonderful saying. It's that if we are right, we have nothing to fear. If we are wrong, we have something to learn. And the Atlas Society, the kind of open objectivism that we promote, is a bit different from the closed objectivism that some other objectivist organizations champion, because Ayn Rand was very big on judging what is wrong, what is evil, what is not working. But we believe that it's also important to remain entrepreneurial and to be kind of clever in the way that you are able to teach and to explain and to have a discussion. And if you just kind of come in with this idea of, I have all the answers, I'm here to give you all of the, that's not a very appealing proposition for anyone, certainly not a young person who is really just testing things out. So I think, yes, it's discernment, but kind of approaching your exchanges and your work with that entrepreneurial mindset that just, there could be an opportunity anywhere, even if it's in a critic or in, somebody that you see as an adversary. Always leave room for your adversaries to become your allies.
Ooh, okay. I think that we'll end it there, because that was really, really good. And thank you again, Jennifer Grossman, CEO of the Atlas Society, for chatting with us today. And if you would like, share one thing that if you could tell any young woman out there on your travel or on your road to becoming a CEO, if you could give like one little nugget of information, what would it be?
don't care so much about what other people think. You will find that being concerned about criticism, people making fun of you, people talking behind your back, that is just a weight that will just kind of tie you down.
Yeah.
And, if you want to be creative, and creativity is the key to all innovation and all success. Creativity means doing something differently, and doing something differently can be threatening, and that means that you are going to get criticized. Let go of caring about that. You will be shocked by how liberating you find it will be. It will just be, you'll almost be floating after you do that.
Awesome.
Be willing to make mistakes, and don't worry that much what other people think.
I love it. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you later.